Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm dealing with some leftovers. I got some leftover filling from empanadas I made yesterday. I'm going to show you a picture of those while I'm yapping. I got chicken in there, I got black beans, corn, sauteed onion, all marinated in some chipotle adobo sauce I made from scratch. It was ridiculous. Well, I'm going to use that leftover filling today and I'm going to make homemade nachos. I'm going to fry those corn chips. I'm going to top it with some homemade cheese sauce that I learned from Mr. Binging with Babish. And we're going to finish them off with some pickled jalapeno, some more cheese. You're going to want to eat these things all hours of the day. Check it out. Let's get started on the chips. I'm using yellow corn tortillas. I'm going to cut these up. We're going to dry them out. And we're going to throw them in the fryer. So I've got 4 packs of, these are mission style yellow corn tortillas. Just going to half them. And half them again. Now that I've got these cut, I'm gonna fan them out on a couple of pizza tins I have here. We're gonna get these in a 200-degree oven and let them dry out for about 10 minutes. Get some of the moisture off of them. And then we'll be ready for the next step, which will be throwing in these in the deep fryer to make our own restaurant style corn chips. I'll have to do these in a couple batches. That's alright, we got some time today. I'm going to attempt to make a cheese sauce from Mr. Binging with Babish. I got 2 pounds of pepper jack cheese and I got 2 pounds of sharp cheddar cheese here. And I'm going to, you want that, Ruby?
Oh, yes,
you want that block of cheese?
Yes, we do.
You want that block of cheese?
Yes, my cheese.
No, you can't have it.
That wasn't.
Alright, so let's grate away. Come grate away. Come grate away with me. Time for the hot pepper cheese. And go. Alright, we got this right on the money, about 350. We can get this first batch of chips in there. These are only going to take about a minute or two. We'll get them out of here right before they start turning a dark brown, because they will carry over cook a little bit. So these are close. Listen to the crunch on these. Listen to this. That is a chip. Now I'm going to hit these with some salt right after coming out. Gonna salt as I go. A little bit of that oil in there will help that salt stick to them. I'm just going to keep these batches going. Guys, get a load of these chips. Listen to this. I usually don't eat on camera, but listen. Let's let that car go by. Here we go. Those are crunchy, salty, awesome. To get the cheese sauce going, we're going to make a basic roux. I got 3 tablespoons of butter, We're going to get that melted first. Once the butter is melted, let's add 3 tablespoons of flour. Now we're talking. Perfect. If you have to get in those corners, a spoon in there. We're gonna let this cook about a minute or two just to cook out that flour taste. But it's looking good. That looks good. Now we're just going to add in slowly some cold milk. This is whole milk. Okay, my milk is about at a slow simmer there. It's thickened up. I got my cheese wizard next to me who's going to help me add that cheese in there slowly. And the last little bit of cheese. I'm gonna let this go for another couple minutes here and make sure we're nice and melted. And then I'm gonna add the next thing to this, which I'll show you in a second. It's been a couple minutes. Last thing to go in here is a half a can of RoTel diced tomatoes with green chilies. Going to mix these in, let those get warm, keep stirring, then our cheese sauce will be complete. Let's build these nachos. First thing I'm going to do, take some of our chips and I'm going to put a layer down on this baking sheet I have. Get a nice layer on there. Bless you.
Thanks, sorry.
It's all right. First layer down. Next, we're going to take my leftover filling about those empanadas I told you about earlier. Chicken, corn, black bean. I got some onion in here and my homemade chipotle adobo sauce. I'm just going to take that, and I probably should have used tongs, but I'm going all in. Let's grab some of that up. You heard my oven. I got that going at 400 degrees. So we get a nice little layer of this chicken filling in here. That looks good. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to throw on some of that fresh grated pepper cheese and sharp cheddar. That looks good. Next we're going to take some of that cheese sauce from the grill. We're just going to spoon that on over top. I'm not going to go too crazy. All right, and we're going to do that layer one more time. Layer number 2. More chips. I got a family of 4 I got to feed, so we're piling high here. One more time, listen to that. That's a good chip. Alright, we got that back on there. One more handful of the chicken. We got cleanup crew down there, Miss Ruby. Keeping my kitchen floor clean since 2018. Sweet. Another layer of that freshly shredded cheese. Don't be shy. Get that all over. Oh, these things are ridiculous. A little bit more of that cheese sauce. Alright, 2 layers. Now it's time to add, these things are awesome, hot and sweet jalapenos. I've actually used this in another video when I made some spatchcock chicken on a sandwich. These things are so addicting. Sweet, hot, we're just going to top it on here. Not everybody in my house likes crazy hot, so they can pick them off if they want, but I'm cooking, so they're going on. Alright, there we go. Let's get these in the oven. We'll probably let them go for about 10 or 15 minutes. These were on for about 15 minutes. Let's take them out, check them out. Oh boy, look at that. Does that not look awesome? The melty cheese, the chicken, the jalapenos, the black beans, corn, melty cheese. That's ridiculous, people. If you're not doing this at home, you have to do it. It takes a little bit of time if you have time for the chips, but my goodness. So I'm going to serve these up with 2 sauces I want to tell you about here in just a second. So for these nachos, I've got 2 dipping sauces here that I made for my empanadas yesterday. And I have plenty left over. I'm going to use them. Both amazing. Highly suggest making these. This is the first time I made them. But the first one here I have is a Greek yogurt base with some of the chipotle adobo I made yesterday. And in there I have some lime zest and the juice of a couple limes. Just whisk it up. It's very, very good sauce. It'll go great on these nachos. The other one I made is actually a cream sauce, and it's an avocado cream sauce. I've got a couple avocados in there. I've got some sour cream, some mayonnaise, cumin. I have some garlic powder and some lime juice. Threw it in a blender, mixed it up. I mean, look at that. It's super creamy. I suggest making these. I'll put the ingredients in the recipe in the description below. You guys can check these out, make them. I highly suggest it. But the last thing I want to say is thanks for everybody watching my videos. It's been super cool getting some feedback from friends and family.